You flank all around and you meet the enemy and you can shoot them up the ass. And then you pop the adrenaline and you shoot them some more. And then bring their big friends. You hit the back and you kill them. And you're then thinking, right, can I shoot a Jagd Tiger just one more? And then you can't shoot the Jagd Tiger because there's an MX-50 in the way. Yes, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, Tankers of Blitz Universe to the channel. We have yet another review of, as I dubbed it previously, the ultimate gold noob tank. The WoT is available again in World of Tanks Blitz, as said in the intro, and this time it's available for solid gold instead of crate. So it is still wickedly expensive, but hey, it's a tier 10 enriched tank, and that's bound to be expensive. That is supposed to be expensive. And I know Bushka and a lot of other CCs, and there are people who dislike tier 10 tanks being available for just solid gold. They think people should be able to just grind up that to get the experience in. And I kind of agree in a way, but the tank is available anyway. So yeah, why not make another review of it to show you how it plays like in the current meta. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I am slowly plugging away towards 9k of subscribers, and if I hit that magic 9k before the end of the year, there will be a massive giveaway with some prizes I have been collecting myself. Hoping to do a video in about a week or so. Will be about replays being sent in, about getting certain medals, etc. Details will be available in about a week. And yeah, 9k subscribers, happy days if we can reach that. In the meantime, we are on supremacy. It is on Canal, and we are one tank down, and we are 2 bases down, but we are good on hit points. And I did camp for a bit, camp push. Fufu would approve. But I decided to camp bush because I'm the sole medium tank, and my team had, well, more heavies. We had 4, we now have 3. We got 2 tank destroyers. I wasn't going to push in the cap area around D in the usual southeastern corner, which is 9 out of 10 times a good position to be, but not when Reds have got more in terms of mediums and light tanks, and that was... It was a good thing, really. We can now recapture D. We have taken out the T-57. We've been doing a bit of spotting for our team because the Reds were kind of split up, and we had a big pack of tanks around, well, let's say Sector 4. And that meant that we had a DPM there that the Reds had nowhere to hide, really, after they were spotted. And you can see we've taken a hit from the batch head, but I turned around quickly, made him shoot my frontal armor, bounced one, and then wiggled around and made him miss a shot. It's not always a case, Blitz, of just blocking the damage, of bouncing shots, etc. If you can make an enemy miss, or an enemy wait for you to pop out and then they are able to shoot you, if you can do stuff like that, well, that can be a good thing as well. We can now launch a nice HE shell into his turret as well, and the Panzer E100 finishes off. And yeah, sometimes you just have to be smart. So this game is a bit of patience, it is a bit of simple driving around, just hanging on to your hit points, keeping your hit point pool alive so you can then go in, shoot the Opticon 40, and then hopefully save the, what's it, WZ I think? Or is it an IS? No, it's a WZ. Then I can ram into him, he gets shot up the arse, and he's burning, his butt's on fire. But you can see, all in all, this was a fairly simple win. Once we managed to clean up the flank, and the E100 and the Jagd Panther did a good thing. They turned around, blocked the enemy here, blocked the WZ from moving in, managed to block the 140 more or less, kept him at bay over there, held that flank while I flanked around, doing 2.6k damage, getting a first class because this tank is not played a lot, and I think that will change because all in all it is a good tier 10 medium tank. Of course, comparisons will be made to the 121 from the tech tree, so let's dive straight into the stats and numbers and then the armor profile. And there you have it then. The 121B, it mounts a 105mm gun, the L7C, which is kind of like the L7B in a way from the FV4202, which fires hash, and this one fires heat. But you can see in terms of shell velocity, 1478, that's a brutal sniper gun. The T62A has it just a bit better, but 1478 is about the quickest you can get in tier 10. 350 alpha, 245 penetration, glorious heat gives you 300, that's all good, just shy of 3k DPM, which is about middle of the pack. You can DPM trade with the WZ121, but that one packs a bit more of a punch at 400 alpha. Your gun depression is 6, which is weak. It's same as the Uppergun 40, just a bit better than the T62A, but the aim time is really good. And dispersion, 0.326, that's not too bad. It's not brilliant, but it's not too bad. It's about on par, or it is on par with the STB1 and the Chieftain Mark 6. And the Chieftain is actually known for being a very, very stable gun platform. It moves a bit slower, but it has a really good gun. So in a way, you could say that that tank plays more or less like a Chieftain. It has 240 mils of turret armor, 120 on the hull. It has that angled front plate. And yeah, I think apart from the aim time, that the 121B is actually a better version of the 121 than the WZ121, because this one is more reliable, and the WZ121 has that bigger alpha, but it is a really competitive tier 10 medium tank. The traverse is good, the speed is good, the power to weight ratio is good. It's just a bit better than the WZ121. It's not as good as the Leopard, but you can see 15.67. Well, I think it's fairly good. Effective horsepower per ton, 25.8. Stat-wise, not a bad tank. But what's the armor profile like? Well, here's your answer. It's your typical Russian armor profile. Strong on the front, strong turret, weak on the sides and the rear, and it has that angled front plate. So if you use the maximum gun depression as per usual and aim about over the inside of your track wheel as per usual, you present the enemy, the T62A, with this as an armor profile. You can be shot under the turret actually, which is a weak spot. You can be shot through the drive wheel, but they might as well bounce a lot too. And as long as you can keep that gun inside of the track wheel, or maybe just over the frontal drive wheel, there it is, you're giving this as an armor profile. You can see what happens if you point it over the drive wheel. That weak spot becomes bigger, so keep it on the inside like that, and you should be all fine and dandy. The cupola, the commander's hatch, that's a weak spot, but it's a very hard target to hit, and it looks easy from this distance, but look what happens if I zoom out. It becomes quite a small target to hit, and if you wiggle back and forth like that, you can see it becomes yellow on the left hand side. It's not a guaranteed pen. Of course it can be hashed through the side and the back, but then again, it's a medium tank. It's supposed to flank, it's supposed to go to positions where you can be successful. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. I've got 2 more encounter games for you to show, which is, I think, surprising. I've been playing a bit of tier 10 and tier 9s lately, obviously, for getting reviews and also the mods. Yeah, thank you all, 40, brilliant. And also the mods in tier 8. And I haven't done any notes really, or maths, or just really keeping track of the games I've been having. But I felt that I had a disproportionate number of supremacy games. It wasn't like an 8-2, 8 supremacy versus 2 encounter, but it was more like a 6 or 7 versus 4-3 in that order of magnitude, really. Not sure, but it was, well, it was good to see 2 encounter games that went well, that allowed me to show that what the tank can do, and allowed me to show a bit of different gameplay. And you can see what I'm trying to do here. I want to flank. I had noticed already that Jagdpanzer E100 on the red team. It's a very good player, very high win rate. Very big average damage as well. Don't know how he got it, but he has big average damage. So I didn't want to run into him. It's a big, massive target. They also have an FV. And now I'm starting to wonder, right, the Reds must be all up here. So let's try to roll in and take that Jagdpanzer E100 out. We get the first shot, we don't do any damage, but that was not my intention. I wanted to track him in place. He fired, thank you very much. Go to his butt, shoot it into him, popping adrenaline already. Maybe I should have popped it just a little bit later, but we can get the track shot again. And now we do get some damage, thank you very much. So we are going to stay behind him. Don't bump into him because he then can shrug us off. We can track him again. The FV whacks him. Thank you very much. 114 hit points left. And we can kill the FV. Now, next target. Oh, hello, Batchat. And we're going to do exactly the same as we did with the encounter on Canal. We make him shoot us once. We then go into cover. He misses. Can we bounce another shot? No, we can't. He's on a reload. That's good. We track him. We are moving backwards because I know, I'm looking at the markers, there's a tank to the left, we can shoot him again, track him in place, try to wiggle away, no, doesn't really work. Our friendly tank to the right, I don't know which one it is, but he misses. And then we are going for the ram kill because I want to clear him, and then I also have a shot available for the FV, which we are going to track in place as well, and then move around. It's 3 tanks for the rest to the left. That's unfortunate. I would have wanted to move away, and like I said, the 1-1 has limited gun depression, really limited gun depression. But the limited gun depression was just enough to allow me to get that shot I shot in. I can get another shot in on the AMX-30 prototype. This is a really good player as well, Lord 79. And we can just snap him, and he's gone. Thank you very much. 4K, YOLO mode, Rambo style, all guns blazing. But we do get an ace. Like I said, not a lot of players play this tank. 1263. That's enough for a tier 10 ace. That's really ridiculously low. It's really ridiculously low. This would have been a, well, let's say second class tops on any other tank at tier 10 at the moment. But it does show what the tank can do. It does show what you earn in terms of credits. 4K, that's 77 income with premium. That's not a lot. That's not a lot at all. And I didn't fire any premium ammunition. I used premium consumables and camo and everything, the whole lot. But still, it's not brilliant. This game is going to be another ace game because it's easy to get aces in the 1-1B. But it also shows what you can do with the medium tank if you just go into spotting positions first. Kudos to the matchmaking actually here. Look at that. 3 heavies, 2 mats, 2 tank destroyers, 2 tank destroyers. And I think that the tank destroyers and the mediums and the heavies are also balanced when it comes to the tiers they are in. So, thumbs up for me. Matchmaking, we do more than a lot about you. But in terms of tank types and tiers, this is spot on. And yes, spot on was an irresistible pun intended because, hello. This is such a bad. Can we do some more? Hello, can we spot some more? Oh yes we can. There's 2 tanks spotted. And you can see I'm sitting here, I'm not blowing my camo yet. I am going to blow my camo because I pop up just a little bit further and I spot that Jagdpanzer E100 pushing in. And I spotted myself as well. Managed to get a sneaky shot into the IS-7. But when a Jagdpanzer E100 pushes like that, there's a tank on the cap, 2 tanks spotted, 1 tank on the cap, Jagdpanzer E100 spotted, and then this T-30. And he moves forward just too early for me to hit his hatch. It is possible to hit the hatch, it is possible to pen his turret sides as well, but not to hit the angled sides. And he decides to go AFK, I think. Not sure why, but it wasn't a good idea. Allow me to track him in place, get some assistant damage from the E100 whacking him. And now we're going to just play it very safe. I have cover to my left. I can now go forward. Jagdpanzer E100 whacks the FV. Can we shoot him? Trying to go with APCR. Didn't go through. Right, let's try HE then. Can we shoot you with HE? Yeah, we did, but we shot the Jagdpanzer E100 and that didn't really work. So we're going to use heat now. Shoot him through the drive wheel. Oh, that's lovely. Just through the lower plate. And the IS-7 decides he's had enough. He leaves the Jagdpanzer E100. And I can now put 1 shot after another into the Jagdpanzer E100. Who puts 1 into the dirt. There it is. Right. Go for the kill shot. APCR through the drive wheel. Thank you very much. And you can see I've been very careful. I've been racking up the damage. I was in no real danger of getting shot. Trying to get a sneaky shot in onto the E100 doesn't work. We can go around, track the IS-7 in place, because I know there is a 140 with me as well. Oh, no, it's not a 140, it's a T-62. And yes, there will probably people who will crack a can of worms about the matchmaking and about how certain tanks and premium tanks apparently give you better matchmaking. That is a total lie. It just doesn't. But in this game I was fortunate to have an IS-7 who was, well, slightly clueless. And it does seem to me that the 5.5 changes in the tech tree are working, because I see a lot of people with high counts of tanks on tier 10, or high counts of low tier tanks on tiers 8 and 10. They are sort of being pushed into the higher tiers, and they actually don't have a clue how to drive. Maybe that IS-7 was one of them. But you can also see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to make it a one-on-one. This 62 was bothering me. He's a DPM machine at our flank, and I am willing to lose hit points from him, because I noticed our T-62 was attacking the same targets that I was attacking. So I decided to go in, mark my target, get 2 guns versus 1, and that's what you should do. And like I said, the turret or the front plate, I don't know where it bounced that one, but it bounced an IS-7, which isn't of course the most brilliant gun. Blocking 460, well, thank you very much. We can go in, take a shot from him. I wanted to have that kill, get a 3rd kill on it. Doesn't work, that's unfortunate. And I'm not going to get a 3rd kill anyway, because I'm mucking about with APCR and then yeet and then APCR, and I'm popping adrenaline. And if I had stayed on APCR, I would have been able to shoot, and wanted to shoot the lower plate, then the drive back to APCR. Ah, too late. Man, wanted to have that kill. But anyways, 4.7k damage. That's more like it. 1445 base XP. That's more like it. Still low for a tier 10 tank. Any tier 10 tank basically. But yeah, 20 hitting shots, 2 missed, 40 penetration. Better in terms of accuracy than some of my recent games. So there you have it. 121B. Final verdict? Well, I think this one is better than the WZ 1-to-1 from the tech tree. Because of the armor profile, because of the mobility you can get, because of the, well, slightly more reliable gun. You have brilliant aim time, so try to go for track shots 24/7. Whack the enemy, flank them, spank them, and do team up with friendly batchheads or other mediums to give even more in terms of DPM. My name is Martindogger. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, Tankers Update Universe. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers and happy tanking!